$800 a month. That's what some retirees are living on. Not in a cardboard box, not in their kid's basement. Real homes, real peace, real towns you've never heard of. You've been sold the idea that retirement means six-figure savings, golf carts, and overpriced senior communities. But what if the actual loopholes are small towns where rent is $400? The government forgot to tax your Social Security, and property taxes froze in 1993. Today we're exposing 10 hidden towns where Social Security still means security. One so isolated the sheriff goes home early on Fridays. Another lets you soak in mineral springs for less than a latte. And one literally doesn't tax retirement income at all. Hit subscribe because missing this might be the most expensive free mistake you ever make. Let's break it down. Number 10. Cairo, Illinois. Population 1,500 and dropping. Median rent hovers around $500. That's less than most car insurance. Cost of living 26% below national average. And Illinois doesn't tax Social Security benefits. Not a dime. But let's keep it real. Cairo's got that post-industrial vibe where half the buildings downtown are boarded up. The population peaked at 15,000 in 1920. It's been a slow-motion exodus ever since. Crime rate sits below average, mostly because there's nobody left. One Redditor put it perfectly. Cairo is where time stood still, looked around, and decided to leave anyway. Healthcare's 30 minutes north in Carbondale, so you need reliable wheels. And the Midwest humidity? It'll make you question your life choices by 10 a.m. Summers are swampy, winters are gray, spring means watching the rivers for floods. Picture this. You rent a Victorian house for $475 a month. Streets are empty, not peaceful empty, post-apocalyptic empty. A crow judges you from a fence post. But your benefits just hit your account, and after rent and groceries, you've got money left over. That never happened in Chicago. Cairo's not glamorous, but your bank account doesn't care about glamorous. And if Cairo feels too abandoned, the next town proves affordable doesn't have to mean forgotten. Number 9. Muskogee, Oklahoma. Rent averages $900 a month. Oklahoma's 13th largest city, 45 miles from Tulsa, population 36,000. Here's what matters. Oklahoma doesn't tax Social Security. Cost of living 17% below national average. Property taxes low, with senior homestead exemptions. Crime's mostly petty stuff. Lock your car, you're fine. Healthcare's solid. Jack C. Montgomery VA Medical Center for veterans. Plus St. Francis Hospital, Muskogee. Access to specialists without driving 2 hours. Cairo made you drive 30 minutes for healthcare. Muskogee actually has doctors in town. Progress. Oklahoma wind doesn't blow, it assaults. 1 minute you're sipping coffee, next your lawn chairs in Missouri. Tornadoes frequent enough that every local has a story and a basement they're weirdly proud of. Oh, that F3 in 2013? We watched it from the porch, had beer. A local summed it up. Muskogee is where you retire when you want neighbors who actually wave back and mean it. Spring's beautiful. Summer melts your flip-flops. Winter's chaotic. Imagine golden wheat fields past your rental. Distant train. Smell of diesel and biscuits. Your benefits cover rent, groceries, utilities, plus taking grandkids to the castle of Muskogee. That's not retirement, that's winning. Muskogee's not fancy, but when expenses are under $800 and people know your name, fancy feels overrated. And if Muskogee's too landlocked, the next place lets you retire in an actual spa town for less. Number 8. Hot Springs, Arkansas. A natural spa town that's actually affordable. Population 38,000, nestled in the Ouachita Mountains. Median rent $850 for a 1-bedroom. Cost of living 24% below national average. Arkansas doesn't tax Social Security. Property taxes lowest in the nation, with senior exemptions and freezes that lock your rate permanently. Here's the hook. Bathhouse Row. Historic district with 8 bathhouses from the early 1900s. Some still operate as spas. $10 to $20 to soak in mineral water. Cheaper than fancy coffee, better for your joints. Hot Springs has this weird energy where half the people are in bathrobes by 10 a.m. and nobody questions it. It's like a spa town that forgot to check out. The town's got art galleries, live music, Oak Lawn Racing Casino, surprisingly solid food scene. Healthcare through CHI St. Vincent Hot Springs handles most needs without trips to Little Rock. Winter's mild, summer's humid and hot, but spring and fall are gorgeous. Picture this. Rent a house for $750 a month. Mornings, fill a jug at free thermal fountains downtown. Yes, free hot spring water just sitting there. Afternoons, hike in Hot Springs National Park. Evenings, sit on your porch listening to live music drift from downtown bars. Your retirement income actually stretches here, and you haven't felt this relaxed since before mortgages existed. Hot Springs proves retirement doesn't mean giving up on interesting. But if you want interesting plus 0 state income tax, the next town cranks it up a notch. Number 7. Cookeville, Tennessee. Rent $1,400, but Tennessee has zero state income tax and doesn't touch Social Security. That $1,400 in Cookeville beats $1,000 elsewhere once you factor in what you keep. Population 35,000, an hour east of Nashville. Home to Tennessee Tech University. Coffee shops, live music, craft breweries, people under 70 who aren't your grandkids. Property taxes lower than national average. Property tax relief program for seniors 65 plus. Property tax freeze locks your tax at the year you qualified. No major improvements, no increases. Ever. Hot Springs had tax freezes. Tennessee made them a statewide policy. Healthcare solid. Cookeville Regional Medical Center plus clinics and specialists. Cost of living 14% below average. Rent manageable when you're not hemorrhaging money to state taxes. Tennessee weather's bipolar. 70 degrees one week, snowing the next. Summers where your car becomes a microwave, but spring and fall are stunning. Picture this. You're at a Tennessee Tech football tailgate. Your neighbor brought ribs, someone's blasting country, and you just realized you spent $11 total today, including lunch and a beer. You own a house. You have healthcare access. Your taxes are frozen. This is what winning looks like. Cookeville's not flashy, but when money stretches this far and the town has a pulse, flashy feels unnecessary. And speaking of stretching dollars, wait till you see the next place where your Social Security goes even further. Number 6. Yankton, South Dakota. Buy a house for used Subaru prices. Missouri River location, population 15,000. Median home price $220. Rent $800 for a 2-bedroom. South Dakota, no state income tax. Your Social Security, pension, 401k withdrawals, all untouched. Cost of living 16% below average. Low property taxes with senior homestead exemptions. Remember Cookeville's rent at $1,400? Yankton's $800 with zero state taxes on top. Crime rate half the national average. More likely to get hit by a Walmart shopping cart than encounter crime. One local nailed it. In Yankton, the biggest crime is when someone forgets to wave back. Healthcare through Avera Sacred Heart Hospital. Not Mayo Clinic, but routine care, specialists, emergency services work. Weather's extreme. Summers hit 90s with humidity. Winters drop below zero. Snow's guaranteed. You will shovel a lot. Social scene's quiet. Summer nights by river, high school football, community festivals. No Trader Joe's, no late night sushi, coffee shop closes at 3. If you crave anonymity or constant stimulation, Yankton will bore you. But if you want peace and neighbors who know your name, it's a gem. Picture this. Morning fog over the Missouri. Coffee in hand, hearing only geese overhead. Mortgage paid, taxes locked. Biggest decision, fish or walk. Bliss. Yankton proves not all dirt cheap towns are falling apart. Some are just unchanged since 1987. And if Yankton's winters scare you, the next place trades snow for wind and military-grade infrastructure. Number 5. Lawton, Oklahoma. Rent $750 a month. Town's biggest employer, the U.S. Army. Fort Sill, one of the country's largest bases. Population 90,000. Oklahoma doesn't tax Social Security. We already covered that with Muskogee, but it bears repeating. Cost of living 23% below average. Rent $700 to $900. Cheaper if you don't mind older complexes. Low property taxes. Senior homestead exemptions. Healthcare surprisingly solid thanks to military. Comanche County Memorial Hospital, plus Carl R. Darnell Army Medical Center on Fort Sill for veterans. Yankton had 1 hospital. Lawton has 2, plus military resources. Crime higher than average, concentrated in specific neighborhoods. Do homework, avoid certain areas, lock your car, you're fine. Basic urban survival skills. Oklahoma wins a lifestyle. Trash cans become sentient. Tornadoes every spring. Local news treats them like sports scores. Summer heat brutal. Triple digits for weeks. But hey, at least you're not shoveling snow like Yankton. Upside, Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge just outside town. Downtown revitalizing. Military base means steady flow of people. Town doesn't feel abandoned. Picture this. Rent a house for $650. Your monthly income covers rent, utilities, groceries, gas, with room left over. Afternoons at the refuge watching bison that look more intimidating than your old landlord. Evenings on your porch watching sun set over plains. Simple, affordable, works. Lawton's not paradise, but when expenses are under $800 and you're surrounded by nature, paradise feels overrated. Think Lawton's cheap? The next place will make you question if money's even real. Number 4. Price, Utah. Buy a house for less than a year of LA rent. Good luck finding sushi open after 8. Actually, good luck finding sushi. Tiny town of 8,200 between desert bluffs and coal seams. Median home price $200,000. Cost of living 18% below average. Unemployment 2.9%. Rent $750 for a 2-bedroom. Lawton had military infrastructure. Price has mountains and existential quiet. Utah taxes Social Security, but offers generous benefits credit for retirees. Single filers under certain thresholds get credits that reduce or eliminate tax burden. Utah's flat rate 4.5% anyway. Crime lower than average unless you count mountain lion sightings. Wildlife has opinions and court jurisdiction. Healthcare through Castleview Hospital handles routine and emergency needs. Specialized care means driving to Salt Lake City, 2 hours northwest. A local put it best. Price is proof you can live near beauty without selling your soul to landlords. Here's the truth. Price is a time capsule that buffers. Internet spotty, no nightlife. Coffee shop closes at 3. Apparently caffeine after lunch is controversial. Gas station hot dogs or sadness cappuccinos are your dining options past dinner. Food scene. 1 diner, 2 Subways, Taco Bell that closes for recitals. International cuisine means sriracha, but the magic. Wooden porch, orange desert sky, coffee, distant train, neighbor on a horse. Quiet, peaceful, enough. Buy a house for $180 with cash from your city condo. Low taxes, minimal expenses, benefits cover everything. Days hiking San Rafael swell. Evenings watching painted sunsets. San Francisco. $1 million, 700 square feet. Crypto Chad. Price. 4 bedrooms, backyard bigger than your ego. And if price feels too remote, the next town made small town charm into an art form. Number 3. Mount Airy, North Carolina. The town that inspired Mayberry. Population 10,000 in the Blue Ridge foothills. Price had mountains and isolation. Mount Airy has mountains and community. Median rent $750 for a 2-bedroom. Cost of living 25% below average. North Carolina doesn't tax Social Security. Property tax relief for seniors. Homestead exemptions drop rates further. Healthcare through Northern Hospital of Surrey County. Specialized services mean Winston-Salem 45 minutes south. Crime significantly below average. Most exciting event? Raccoon in someone's trash. Mount Airy leaned hard into Mayberry. Replica courthouse, walking tours, Andy Griffith Museum. Enough nostalgia to question what decade you're in. Downtown's frozen in time. Antique shops outnumber actual stores. It's like someone preserved 1965 in amber and charges admission. Weather. All 4 seasons without extremes. Mild winters, warm summers thanks to elevation. Postcard spring and fall. Downside. Aggressively quiet. Friday entertainment's high school football or church potluck. No Target, no Starbucks. Closest Trader Joe's is existential. Nightlife becomes porch sitting, judging neighbors' lawns. But the beauty. Safe, affordable, genuinely friendly. People know your name. Shovel your driveway uninvited. Bring pie for no reason. Picture this. Rent a house with porch for $650. Morning walks downtown for coffee and conversation. Afternoon hikes in Blue Ridge foothills. Evening porch swings watching sun dip behind mountains. Your retirement income finally feels like enough. First time in years. No money worries. Mount Airy's not flashy, but stable bank account plus neighbors who care beats flashy. And speaking of not flashy but surprisingly cool, the next place has what Mount Airy wishes it had. Actual culture that didn't stop in 1965. Number 2. Florence, Alabama. College town with culture, rent under $900. Northwest Alabama along Tennessee River, population 40,000. Part of the Shoals area, famous music history. Aretha Franklin, Rolling Stones, Lynyrd Skynyrd recorded biggest hits here. Median rent $850 for 2-bedroom. Cost of living 21% below average. Alabama doesn't tax Social Security. Property taxes lowest in nation. Senior homestead exemptions reduce further. Mount Airy had Mayberry nostalgia. Florence has living, breathing music culture. Healthcare through North Alabama Medical Center. Shoals area maintains better access than most rural regions. Crime slightly above average, concentrated in specific areas. Research neighborhoods carefully. Downtown revitalized. Local shops, restaurants, live music. Here's the shine. College town. University of North Alabama means energy and culture. Coffee shops, bookstores, galleries, active music scene. The Shoals area is so music obsessed, even the local local diner plays vinyl while you eat eggs. Your breakfast comes with a side of blues history nobody asked for. Shoals area still attracts global musicians recording at legendary Fame and Muscle Shoals sound studios. Weather, southern mild. Short winters, hot humid summers. Gorgeous spring and fall. Tennessee River offers fishing, boating, waterfront parks. Picture this, late afternoon at a riverside brewery. The bartender's telling you about the time Aretha recorded here, again for the third time this month. Your beer costs $4. Outside, Tennessee River reflects the sunset. Your biggest problem? Deciding whether to walk home or sit for one more. Your monthly check covers rent, food, utilities, concert tickets. Not rich, but living somewhere interesting counts. Florence proves retirement doesn't mean giving up culture and community, but if Florence still feels too southern, the final town takes affordable to its logical extreme and adds mountains. Number 1. Berlin, New Hampshire. Home costs less than a year of Brooklyn rent. More snow than Hallmark movies. 0 state income tax on Social Security. Northern New Hampshire, population 9,000, surrounded by white mountains. Former mill town quietly rebuilding. Remote, cold, shockingly affordable. Florence had music and mild weather. Berlin has neither, but your bank account won't care. Median home price $90,000. Rent $600 to $800 for 2-bedroom. Cost of living 22% below average. The kicker? New Hampshire doesn't tax Social Security or retirement income. No sales tax, no state income tax on wages. Interest and dividends taxed at 3%, being phased out completely. Crime below average. Biggest safety concern? Winter roads become ice rinks with attitude. Healthcare through Androscoggin Valley Hospital handles routine and emergency care. Specialized services mean Concord or Portland, Maine. The obvious? Berlin is cold. Winter, October to April. Snow stages hostile takeovers. Daily shoveling with medieval weapons. Skip shoveling. Snowplows bury your car like Viking funerals for mobility. In Berlin, they measure winter not in months, but in shovel marathons. Your neighbors compete for who cleared snow most creatively. Ice sculptures? No, that's just Jeff's driveway attempting modern art. From a Berlin resident, yeah, it's cold, but I own my house outright at 67. Try doing that in Boston. But if you handle cold, Berlin offers rare affordability in New England without sacrificing nature access. White mountains surround you. Hiking, skiing, snowshoeing, poetry-worthy views. Downtown slowly revitalizing. Local businesses, brewery, community events. Not Burlington, not abandoned. People hardy, friendly, weirdly proud of cold temperatures. Picture this. Buy house for $85,000 cash. Low property taxes, minimal expenses, benefits cover everything with extra. Mornings sipping coffee watching mountain snow. Afternoons snowshoeing pristine forests. Evenings by wood stove wrapped in blankets, genuinely content. Berlin's not for everyone, but handle winter, value freedom over palms. It's one of America's last places where $800 monthly actually works. Like this video if you've ever considered trading overpriced rent for a porch, a pie, and peace. Or if you're just tired of cities where everything costs $17. Subscribe because you never know when the economy will break again, and this channel is basically the emergency exit nobody else is showing you. Let's keep finding the places where your money still means something.